Hi, Rich Carrubba for bowlingball.com. Let's talk about how to maintain good bowling arm swing direction. Now, we have to understand the components are tempo and direction of a good arm swing. You want to maintain speed, control, and accuracy to your target. So what's important is to maintain a good relationship between your body and the arm swing position and to the down lane target. So the simplest way to do this is to keep a good established relationship of your hand and your arm to your upper body. If you can visualize creating a 90-degree angle and then moving your fingers to the outside edge of your bowling shoulder as example, that's the direction you want to follow through every time. And so if you can place the ball in that direction and keep everything swinging along that relative line direction toward your body, that relationship slightly more than 90 degrees without the elbow ever getting outside the target line and outside the hand holding the bowling ball, keeping the elbow and the hand in line with the bowling ball, all target oriented down the lane, you're going to be pretty successful. So therefore on oily lanes, if you move over, you square up your hip and shoulder. Imagine a radar beam coming out the front part of your bowling shoulder right down to the target on the lane where you're sighting. That's where you want the ball to roll toward, usually somewhere around the bowling arrows. Visualize that red laser beam, zoom right there to that arrow, and that's the direction you want your hand to follow through toward. As you walk to the foul line, try to avoid over-rotating the shoulders open and closed. A little bit might happen, especially with you bowlers that have a lot of power on the ball, but you want to make sure as you're approaching the release zone at the bottom of your swing that you keep that alignment toward your target, okay? On oily lanes, it's squared up. On a hooking lane where you have to move yourself across the approach, move your hip and shoulder open a little bit and line up to that target down the lane. Even though you're still walking your lines, keep that same swing relationship with your body and your swing, and you release the ball and follow through toward your target. All that stays the same. But you are not a robot. You don't have to stay positioned perfectly square with the lane. You can open and close your stance and even nudge your footwork a little bit. Still walk your lines, but allow that opening and closing of your stance to accommodate that swing going inside out to your target when you have to allow the ball for more hook on drier lanes. Well, also, let's talk about a good example to follow would be at the driving range, pistol range, shooting range. When you're at the shooting range, you got to square up to your target, don't you? So no matter if you move across the lane and you shoot at a 10-pin, it should be the same technique as shooting at the pocket. The pistol's in front of you, it's in position, squeeze the trigger, you keep everything lined up, this kind of 90-degree or just a little more 90-degree angle. If you can keep all that simple, use the same kind of methodology when you swing with your shoulders and your arms swinging, you'll get consistent direction from delivery to delivery and at any target really on the lane. So you'll want to make sure that you check that directional device. You build it in your practice lane. You can practice at home in the hallway, swinging with your arm right up against the wall and your fingernails brushing the wall when you follow through, or in front of a mirror. Try to get that feeling of keeping that alignment, shoulder and swing alignment toward your target, and that will help maintain your bowling arm swing direction. We hope some of these tips help you. There's an article we've written about it, several articles about the arm swing, so maybe together, if you have time to review that information, it will help you improve. And while you're here, of course, take some time to look around our site. If you see something you want to purchase, simply follow the easy-to-order online instructions. And remember, our store is always open. Thanks for visiting us at bowlingball.com.